famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeye. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeye.
Being a Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro. Welcome to the world famous Buckeye Show, hosted by your boy Cleveland Mike, and our guy Terry should be here later on, man. Around the voice of college football, we're always bringing you all great content, and if you are an Ohio State fan, I am 100% sure that we have your team available on this network. Also, check us out at VOCFB.com for our new website. We have blogs, articles going up. This is your one-stop shop for college football, man. We make it happen. And while you're here, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. It helps us grow, helps more eyes jump on this show. And if you're watching on X, right, hit that retweet button, man. It is free. It costs you nothing. It just helps us grow, helps more Buckeye fans and college football fans be able to see the show, man. So right now we're starting off with me. Hopefully Terry can make it, but you know, we are family, man, on this show, and kids come first, the family come first, man. And I believe his kid has an awards ceremony tonight, and that is very important for, you know, as a man, you show up and be there for your family. So proud of Terry, man. He just keep on doing the great things, man. Man, like I said, on this platform, we have had some great things go on. And yesterday, myself and Garrison had an exclusive interview with Luke Montgomery, man. If you have not checked that out, make sure that you check that out. And it is for our members. We are bringing our members exclusive content. Next week, we will be bringing on SFE coach, Coach Dirt. If anybody has known, yes, he has been very vocal about Ohio State. He has also let you guys know when certain guys was probably going to commit, was like, hey, I mean, if you saw right after the draft when Emeka had went, and then a wide receiver said, let me push my commitment date up. And then Coach Dirt was the one tweeting out like, he said, hey, that boy said, mama, I done seen enough. The proof is in the pudding. So make sure you join our membership. Black Oak Club is $2.99 and you get all the perks. JT wasn't short for $4.99 and we don't give a damn for $9.99. Make sure that you check those out. And we also got to give a special shout out to our members. We got Doreen, AZ Buckeye guy, Philly fan, Ake Rock, Where One Goes, Matthew Miller, James Williams, Kinetic 615, CW2, and Open Mic. So make sure that you're joining because we got a lot more content coming to you all. So, and I even seen, man, there's an article on 247 about our interview. So I just say the interview was that good that 247, our guy Steve Wilfong, went ahead and posted it and checked it out. So make sure that you guys go and check that out as well, man. But there's so much news going around college football, right? Our guy, Bill Belichick, we just been talking about Bill Belichick just about every week, right? And the guy's engaged. You know, I guess it was supposed to be private, but, you know, his fiance told her friends. And, you know, as they say, loose lips sink ships. So the cat is out the bag. Our guy, Bill Belichick, the GOAT, is now engaged, man. So, hey, she's making this guy happy. Whatever she's doing it right. But also, there is news coming out And I just want to ask you guys in the chat, you all let me know, will the NCAA be around for much longer? And let's say, if you're saying that they're not, how much longer do you think the NCAA will be around? That's what I want to know, man, because you're talking about, these people have signed agreement or talking about they're going to sign agreement with this new commission, right? The commission that Nick Saban has is part of, and they're proposing, and it's basically saying that you will not go after this commission legally or whatever. You will not be able to go after this commission if they go ahead and put these restrictions on NIL. I think it's a great move, but it's also scary, right? Because did these people not sign an agreement with the NCAA and all of that stuff, and then they went after the NCAA? So I don't know how it's going to go. If you're joining, basically, it's saying if you if you're not going to sign on the dotted line, you will not be playing any P4 schools. Guess what? If you're not playing any P4 schools, you will not be eligible for the college football playoffs, right? They're going to look at strength of schedule and be like, them people is a G5 program. You know what I'm saying? So our guy Garrison says, sounds like they are just another NCAA. Now, here's the thing. I'm actually thinking that the NCAA isn't going to go away, right? I think the NCAA is still going to be there. I think only this commission is just going to be around for NIL, right? And to be honest, if you're the NCAA, you're like, we didn't want to deal with the NIL anyways. We'll let this governing body do it, and we'll rake in our cash every other which way, right? That's what I believe the NCAA is going to do. Our guy, Buckeye Shine, said NCAA not going anywhere. They just won't be dealing with NIL, which is basically what I just said. Yeah, so me and Shine, we see that eye to eye, man. And let me know, how do you all feel about this? I do believe that there needs to be regulations on it. I hope that this commission can also put some regulations on the transfer portal, man. I don't think that guys should be running from adversity. I mean, if you coach leagues, things like that, drastic changes happen, go ahead, be able to hit the portal. But just hitting the portal right after your freshman year, just because you didn't see the field, I think it's crazy, man. I think that is insane. But, we were talking to Luke Montgomery yesterday, and he said, hey, they're at the beginning of summer workouts. They picked out the squads, and, one thing that he talked about Ohio State summer workouts was it's a lot of crash outs. And the thing is nobody on this team wants to be a loser. We hear about the winner-loser days. We hear about how Ohio State is not for everybody. And to be honest, Luke Montgomery, he even said that. He sees us fans getting upset about certain recruits not coming, and he's just like, guys, I mean, to me, that kind of put a pause, like, okay, let's not always go to blaming these coaches. Some of these guys just do not, they might not have what it takes, or they might not be ready for what Ohio State brings right now. And you're talking about young guys who are going to be pushed to their limits. And if you've ever been inside the Woody or, watched some videos or anything inside the Woody, they have a sign that says that they will not apologize for how hard they push you. We're not apologizing for that. Ain't no, I'm sorry, son. Yeah, that was a hard workout. No, every day is going to be hard. And that's one thing that Luke Montgomery as well, he talked about, was just the simple fact you can't have a bad day at Ohio State, and they're going to push you to your limits. But here's the thing. Not only will that get them ready for on the football field, let me tell you, that gets people ready in life. Pressure brings diamonds, man. That's exactly what they do, and that's what this Ohio State workouts is bringing. And I'll also say one thing that I loved hearing about the Ohio State workouts is This is an angry football team. I was very shocked to hear that. An angry football team coming off of the national championship. You know, back in 2014, we was coming off the national championship. All of our guys, they was on TV throwing out pitches, all of this stuff. Felt like they arrived. Guys was more relaxed, right? They were relaxed going into 2015. These guys don't seem like it. They feel like whatever their goal was, it hasn't been accomplished yet. You know, and we heard about some of the leaders wanting to take down the banners and all of this stuff or whatever. And let's just say whatever messaging was supposed to get through to the team, I believe that it has gotten through. I am excited about these winter workouts and what they are doing. Shout out to the Buckeyes, all the young guys. And then also, I seen the interview. Shout out my guy Dev and Mello from the Buckeye boys. They did an interview with our incoming edge rusher Epi and stuff, and he was talking about, man, I am graduating, walking off the stage in a couple days. I'm going to be headed to Ohio State. Like, it's going to be a quick turnaround for that young man, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited about the young Buckeyes is going to be coming in, and they're also going to be having to put in that summer workouts, man. So I'm really excited about that. One thing that I got to ask you all in the chat, because right now we are learning, you know, who the leaders are on the team, right? And each year you go into the season, you predicting who are your captains. So Buckeye fans in the chat, whether it's on X, whether it's on YouTube, I need to know right now, who are your 2025 Ohio State captains, man? And I'm just going to tell you right now, Brandon Ennis has been on the leadership committee since what? Day one, since he stepped on campus. Yeah, that young man, I think he's going to be a captain. Let's see, who else? Sonny Styles, he's going to be a captain and maybe be a Block O recipient. Let's see. Who else can I think talk about? Like I said, we already got one out the wide receiver room. I was trying to think of another one. I don't think one going to be out the tight end room. We got Sonny Styles. We got Brandon Ennis. Honestly, I think Caleb Downs. And now people was like, whoa. He only been here for 2 years. Yeah. The leadership that we continue to hear about Caleb Downs. If you haven't heard or whatever, even in the talk that they talk about, no media was in there, no cameras was in there. This is about the players. But it was Caleb Downs in there challenging Ryan Day. He's challenging the coaches. Even when you go back and you watch one of Jim Knowles' interviews, and you know Jim Knowles is talking about, man, if you don't get the play in fast, I can see Caleb Downs just looking dead at my soul. And the accountability that he's holding to not only the players, but the coaches as well, I don't see how Caleb Downs is not a captain. So let me go and look. Yeah, okay. See, y'all, this is why what me and Garrison was talking about. This is why Buckeye fans know ball. They know they ball, man. Styles and Downs on defense. Garrison said, you say, Mike, I like that. He's been on the leadership commission. Austin Saraville. We've been hearing a lot of good things about him. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think hearing from my guy Luke, how he's going over, you know, he said G. Scott and them, they left. Guess what they left in his control, in his hands? The Ohio State Bible studies. You know, he's stepping up and leading those things. So he's being a leader of men. He's talking about, hey, you know, just watching the young guys, being that veteran, helping these guys out. I mean, I think Luke has all the capabilities of being a leader as well. And again, if you did not see that interview, go check it out. Shout out to all of our members who are able to make these interviews happen. We appreciate you all, man. And then The offense is tougher. Yeah, there's going to be some young guys coming off the offense, but I could also see, yeah, we got BI. I think what the last time we had multiple captains from the wide receiver position was what, when we had the Paris Campbells and the Terry McLaurins of the world. Carnell Tate, I know he's been challenged to be more vocal, be a leader in that room. Why not Carnell Tate? See if he could be that leader. I'm trying to think who else on the defensive side of the ball. Oh, Kenyatta Jackson. Kenyatta Jackson is also one of the guys who has stepped up leading the Bible studies as well. So Kenyatta Jackson, to the surface level fans who don't really know, who think that, Ohio State, they're going to be very young and We're talking about a senior, man. Another person could possibly be Caden Curry. That young man has been a team guy since day one. I remember him even being on the offensive side of the ball, just blocking, because he's just that type of guy and always around the ball. And then also, you bring in competition with Bo Atkinson, and you're talking about a guy who doesn't flinch. Let's go. So, yeah, I can see Caden Curry being one of those guys as well, man. So, shout out to the guys who will be captains. We can't wait to hear about it. One thing that we do know about Ryan Day is he doesn't always go, do the whole back and forth with like a million captains and stuff. He keeps it short and simple to the point, man. I actually like that as well. Now, if you are not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. We are coming to you with content all the time. We also did yesterday the Buckeye Brigade. That is every other Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you check that out. And then on Mondays and Thursdays, you have Garrison and Ryan with Ohio State Primetime Live. And so they will be doing a call-in show tomorrow. So if you got any questions, you got anything that you want to get off your chest, go ahead and call in. And I like to say this. Some people like to hide behind the keyboard and put their predictions on. Some people like to delete them. Why not go ahead, do the call in and go ahead and be on the record? I know y'all Buckeye fans ain't scared. Go ahead and be on the record. Let the Team Up North fans know what's up. Let college football know what's up. That we the big Buckeyes, we the champs, and we coming. We ain't going nowhere, man. We here. We are here, man. So a lot of people have been talking about this Texas versus Ohio State game. And it's not just that they are talking about this from a, how do you say this? They're not just talking about this game from the big noon kickoff perspective anymore. That's not what they're doing. They are talking about this from just about every perspective. And you actually have some people who are doing early game breakdowns. I went and watched the Craning Company, and I feel like a lot of people are discounting the Buckeyes. I don't know about you all, but that is how I am feeling, is a lot of people are discounting the Buckeyes. And let me know in the chat, do y'all feel that a lot of people are discounting the Buckeyes, that, they really have no idea what they're talking about? Because to hear that our team is young, knows different things, it's just like, are you really following along? Like I just said, like Kenyatta Jackson is going to be a senior. Caden Curry, he's a senior. You talk about, y'all lost all of those vets. Yeah, and vets coming right behind them too. So my thing is this, man. Let's talk a little bit about the Texas versus Ohio State game. Shout out my guy Chris and Zach. They were talking about on who can guard Jeremiah. We've already put out on this platform that the game plan that Texas used last year is not going to work against Ohio State because of the targeted Max Clare. Not just that, I just think Brandon Ennis, Max Clare, and then you still got Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate ate against Texas. Yeah, he had the one drop in the end zone, but regardless, he was still cooking them boys. And so my thing is now you basically you're only replacing Emeka Buka. Now you get Jeremiah, who's a seasoned vet now. He's no longer a freshman. And we saw the progression from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Now imagine how that progression is going to be from national championship game to the first game of the season. A lot of fans will tell you, oh, Brian Hartline ain't developing. He just getting these guys. Watch the film. Watch the film. Somebody tried to argue. Somebody even said, oh, well, where did he get better from high school to college? I broke it down. Guess what we heard back from him? Crickets. Nothing. People, just go watch the film. Film don't lie. Men lie, women lie. The film don't. The film is there. So y'all go check that out. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to bracket Jeremiah. You want to go ahead, you want to bracket Jeremiah, go ahead, try. I think Max Clare is going to eat. I think B.I. is going to eat. Cardinal Tate's going to eat. And then also, our run game. I think that our run game is going to eat. One thing that I have been on record saying is I believe our offensive line this year will be way more athletic. And to be honest, that's what I'm hearing, that they are going to be athletic, that they are going to be able to run with guys. So I'm very excited about that. And you're talking about the interior of our line. You guys saw in the spring game. If you give CJ Donaldson, since he's lost that weight, you give him that burst that he has, hitting that hole right up the middle, man. The linebackers don't get him. Good luck to the safety. Good luck. Because that guy's a downhill runner. I'm excited. And also, his West Virginia days, I've told you all this. He's playing in the 8-9-man box. He will not be playing in an 8-9-man box or whatever while he's here at Ohio State. He does not have to worry about that. So I'm excited about that. Here's my only worry, right, is what we have heard about Julian Sain being under pressure. Young quarterback being under pressure. So it's going to be up to the O-line, the tight ends with the chip blocks, running backs as well with pass pro. It's going to be up to them to make him feel comfortable, right? But everybody is touting Arch Manning as this top 2, top 3 quarterback. And here's my thing. We haven't seen Arch Manning start a game against a top 5, top 10 team. When he did start games, it was against Cupcakes. I expect you to look good against Cupcake. And I'm not trying to take anything. I believe Arch is very athletic. I believe that he also has an arm as well. One thing that I want to see is, how is he going to respond when he's getting hit? How is he going to respond or whatever when he's getting pressured as well? That's the things that I want to see. Everybody has all of these question marks about Julian Sain, about Ohio State, but I don't think that they're being fair about Texas. Now, I was in the Texas space with Texas fans. It's very hard for me to listen to them or to think about them objectively when they told me in the beginning of the season that nothing was explosive about our running backs. Travion Henderson with the biggest explosive against them. I mean, they told me that our team didn't have team speed. Go back and watch Jack Sawyer's scoop and score. There was a running back who should have been able to get him. But what did Sonny Styles do? He caught up to that running back. A linebacker caught up to that running back, got in front of him to stop him. You tell me that Ohio State doesn't have team speed. It's very hard for me to just be like, okay, ball. So it's very hard for me to talk to Texas fans. So I try to get my info from elsewhere, right? Try to get my info on watching film. Try to get my info on maybe reading some different articles and stuff, because their fans are freaking ridiculous, bruh. They are. You're talking about, Arch winning got that first down. Yeah, he got that first down, but that was due to a whole concussion. Yeah. He went ahead and got you that first down, but he also got a concussion in that, man. So I mean, here's my thing. I think it's going to be a great game. First game of the season. Hate that it's big noon kickoff, but regardless, it's going to be a big game. And I think that the Buckeyes are going to come out on top. Now, put a bold prediction out. Put a bold prediction out. And my bold prediction is that Ohio State goes ahead and beats Texas by double digits. Now, whether it be 10, 11, 12, just double digits. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I just believe that Ohio State could possibly win this game by double digits. Everyone is talking about, here was the funny part to me, right? When I was hearing the Crane and Company guys talk about Ohio State, and they were sitting there and was like, oh, well, Ohio State got a new offensive coordinator in Brian Hartline, and we know what Sark is, and da-da-da. I'm sure there's somebody at Texas with an offensive coordinator title as well. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. And one thing that, like, I have told you all is, I am not about to worry about the offense and the offensive play calling when I have Ryan Day. One thing that we heard about was just how Ryan Day, during the playoffs or whatever, he didn't have to do so many things, so he was able to lock in. He was able to be in the offensive meeting rooms and help with the game plans and things like that, help with how the play calling is going to go. So, yeah, we give Chip Kelly a lot of credit, but Ryan Day also has his stamp on that as well. And going into this Texas game, you got to be a fool if you think that Ryan Day ain't going to have his stamp on this game in the first game, and that him and Brian Hartline will not be working as a team going into that game. You have to be a fool to think that. I believe everybody wants to call Sark the greatest play caller. I think that Ryan Day is. I think Ryan Day is one of the top. And we're going to find out. Because guess who play calling won the game? I mean, and if you really want to go, because Texas fans like to play, oh, if we did this, if we did that. Okay, if Ohio State stopped freaking killing themselves with penalties, how bad could that game have really got if you want to play the what-if game? Let's be honest. Nobody wants to be honest. Everybody wants to do their what-if from a one-sided perspective. But if you're going to play the what-if, you got to do the what-if on both sides. On both sides. I was talking, a Penn State fan blocked me because he didn't like that take that I said. He wanted to play the what-if game with the whole how they lost to Notre Dame and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, you think Notre Dame ain't got no what-ifs? Shoot, I'm sure that they got some what-ifs. If such and such happened, they could have blew you guys out. I hate the what-if game, man. Just go watch the film and talk the actual ball. So, I mean, that's my prediction. My guy, Sage, he agrees with me. Ohio State by 10, man. He agrees with me. And then Buckeye Shot said, I get that Penn State returns a bunch of players, but I'm surprised how much the national media has anointed them. Usually they get downgraded nationally. I'll tell you, I think what helped them is Jim Knowles, right? The fact that they was able to replace Tom Allen with Jim Knowles. I think that also helped give them a boost with the national media because everybody's talking about they have a national championship defensive coordinator. They're not speaking on how he was challenged in the middle of the season. When they're speaking of the Penn State's defensive coordinator, the things that they're not bringing up is Nick Saban speaking on how inept that defense was. They're not bringing up on Ryan Day having to go into those meeting rooms, switch some stuff up, change some things. They're not bringing up former NFL players and NFL coaches who had to got a little bit more say in how things should be ran. They're not bringing those things up. Now, here's what I believe. I believe Jim Knowles is going there to have free reigns. Love it. Love it. Go have free reigns because I know that it's going to take your guys some time to adjust. We've seen it here at Ohio State. A lot of people are annoying Penn State. I even seen an article. The guy thinks that the game is in Happy Valley. He did have the Buckeyes winning, but he thinks the game's in Happy Valley. What I'm trying to tell y'all is, bro, Ohio State will always be used for clickbait. This is nothing but clickbait season. We drive viewership. We drive the clicks. This is why they're doing that. How did Big Game Boomer had all the dumb stuff about Ohio State? That's how he got his thing. Now he's not there. And another idiot took his place and is doing the exact same thing. You got people out here in the national media trying to rank Ryan Day 4. I remember those same Texas fans was saying Sark was ahead of Ryan Day. Sark never made it to the CFP national championship. Yeah, we lost. Sark never had a CFP win under his belt before last year. But they ranked him ahead of Ryan Day. We had idiots ranking Dan Lanning. Who was ranking Dan Lanning ahead of them? I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. What they like to see is a rise out of Ohio State fans. And to be honest, that's what I really believe this is. Everyone talks about, here's the thing for why they put Ohio State below. Oh, it's unproven. What was Penn State's issue last year? Their skill position. Now you're telling me that they're bringing guys in. They told us that they was bringing guys in last year when we was asking these questions. Are they going to be able to make plays? Are they going to be able to be what they need to be? Yeah, you bring in Pinion from Syracuse. He did his thing in Syracuse. He did his thing in the ACC. What did we say about the ACC all year long? There was no defense. There was none. Also, is the quarterback that they have now, is he better than Kyle? We don't know yet. So, I mean, Drew Aller, a lot of people are very hard on Drew Aller. And here's my take. I feel like Penn State in the offseason relies too much on Brad Manley. And I feel like the QB development at Penn State is not up to par. So if I'm a player, I go to Penn State, I'm a quarterback. And I got to go back to my hometown guy or whatever. He's a better developer than a guy that's supposed to be coaching me in college. I mean, I've listened to James Franklin and how he talks about, oh, Brad Manley working with the guys in the offseason. What? And we have just not seen nothing but declines. I think that Drew Aller has the arm capability. I think he has the talent. And I think he's more athletic than a lot of people let on. I just feel that what's harming him is the development that he is receiving. Also, it doesn't help when they give you trash wide receivers. And let's talk about it. The wide receiver coach there is trash. We hear Julian Fleming, who could barely play there. But shoot, he was asking where the jugs machine was. It had dust all over it. Then we got talking about, oh man, we ain't never rolled the jugs machine out. What? That's who y'all got Drew Aller playing with? Of course he doesn't look good. But see, this is my whole point. When I try to explain why the long term will always outweigh the short term. It will always. You can't just pick schools just based off anything. There has to be a lot of factors. Hey, what's the wide receiver coach doing? Is he going to give me the guys that I need for me to get to the next level? And the knock on CJ Stroud, oh, he got NFL wide receivers. The knock on Will Howard, he got NFL wide receivers. What do you think these guys are going to be playing with? Who do you think these guys are going to be playing with? NFL wide receivers. This is why it's important to get you some NFL wide receivers on your team if you want to be judged by the NFL. So, I can't hold too much. I see some people, say Aller can't pass gas. I don't believe that, man. Our guy Andre Green said, let the media take Penn State. when James Franklin does his James Franklin things, the crow will really be tasting sweet when they get beat again. Also, we're better when we come in and handle our business under the radar. OHIO. And you're right. I like being underdogs. And to be honest, I'm not sure if honestly, maybe the team knows that they're the underdogs. Maybe they're hearing all the noise about Penn State. I could tell you this. I know that they want they get back on Jim Knowles. Oh, you just going to leave us? You just going to leave us? Yeah, they want some of that. Penn State fans will tell you, they like to play the what-if games. Oh, man, we could have won that game. Oh, you want me to play the what-if game? What if Will Howard didn't fumble in the end zone? We would beat y'all ass by double digits. I said it. Want to play the what-if game. Like, let's be logical. That's why in our Big Ten chat, there's barely any Penn State fans in there. Because, see, they can dish it, but they can't take it. And then they want to play victim. So I want to make them the victims when they come in the C-Bus. And I hope that one's a night game. Because we're going to go ahead and make them the victims. Let Jim Knowles walk out there and do his, coffee. Well, this is a really talented team. We just wasn't ready. And I'm telling you, Jim Knowles, bro, they got something for him. They got something for him. They got something for him. See, Knowles is definitely a great college coach. But one thing that you hear about the players and stuff when they speak about Ryan Day is that NFL mindset. And I'm always going to back a guy who has coached, definitely did play calls, and brings that NFL mindset, NFL concepts in. I think they're going to always win over it. So yeah, I'm betting on Day. That's what I'm betting on. And then also, Jim Knowles. Here's my thing. I already think that Matt P can be better than Jim Knowles. I think that our guys, we lost the experience, but we didn't lose the talent. I think Matt P is better than Jim Knowles. And they talked about, the only coordinator that was able to stop, Penn State's is Jim Knowles, and he's not there anymore. Okay. I think we got something for that. I think Matt P got something for that. So I'm excited about that, man. But let's go ahead and move on. We ain't going to let those people get us under the rug. Buckeye recruit news, man. Out of the 216, our guy Jameer Perez commits to Florida out of Glenville. And I'm thinking this is a layup. But I believe, and I'm just going to say this from people who I've talked to, I believe that he wanted to play in the SEC, and it's been his dream. And to be honest, that's fine. I also go back on what people say about Ohio State when they say it's not for everybody. And it's not. And I mean, to be honest, Florida's just, they're just looking to rebuild and staff. They're not pushing to go and compete for another natty right now. It's not where they are. I don't believe that that's where they are. Can they try to get there? Yeah. But also, I'm going to tell you guys, don't fret. Because, we lost out on Caleb Downs once. See how that turned out. Nick Saban gone. Let me go to the school who I had right in my back pocket. He already knew, man. So, I'm happy for the kid. If he's living out his dream, let him live out his dream. But who knows? He's right here in Ohio. I'm pretty sure that our coaches will be up speaking to Ted Ginn Sr. They'll be at some Glenville games. They'll be showing up. Who knows? Maybe this young man throughout the senior year just get a little bit more mature. Hey, I can go do what I did at Ohio State. Because, see, here's the thing. I think that once some of these games get played, I think people are going to realize, man. But we got some housekeeping things we got to get to, man. So let's go ahead and get to that. I get this banner off real quick. All right. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the voice of college football. See what our partner, Win Agency, has to say about his partnership experience with us. Let's discuss how you can also reach your target market. Contact us at partnerships@vocfb.com today. That is partnerships@vocfb.com. All right. We appreciate you all. If you got a brand, you say, oh, well, it's just Ohio State channel. We have other channels. That's why we're saying go hit our sponsorships, because wherever your target market is, we're there. We are there. So we have no issues with that. Make sure you go ahead, contact those guys as well. And let me make sure. And here we got another one.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link, and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account. Settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
All right, shout out Mark, man. You looking to get some Amazon? Go ahead, make sure you tap in with Voice of College Football, man. We are here. Jim knows defense. He's got the jack. To be honest, I think we're ready for whatever jack they have, man. And here's the thing, and I told Notre Dame fans this, and as you can watch, go back and watch the beginning of the Penn State game and Notre Dame game as well. Or you can go watch a lot of games. If your offensive coordinator was smart, they ran the ball at Abdul Carter. He was deficient in the running game. Now, obviously, he's gone, but I think that there can still be another fish. I mean, I know they think they got another Baby Parsons as well coming up. So we'll see. We are going to see. I think these teams think, game is in the middle of the season, so they should be playing some of their best ball at that point. And like I said, our interior line, gravy. Jelani Thurman blocking, gravy. Max Clare, chip blocking, gravy. It's just gonna be about the running backs picking up in pass pro, and we know that was one of the reasons why Dallin Hayden didn't get to see the field as much, because he wasn't able to pick up in pass pro. I'm not hearing those type of issues from Peoples or CJ Donaldson, or I'm not hearing about it from my guy Bo Jackson. Also want to give a shout out Bo Jackson. Believe my guy just graduated, saw the picture, and someone had tweeted and said, oh my gosh, I saw Bo Atkinson at the spring game, and he's a big dude. How are his friends bigger than him in that picture? And I'm just like, bruh, there's talent all around Cleveland. The thing is there's not enough development. There's not enough spring ball, but the talent is there. The measurables are there. Some guys, they might not take school as serious, but I'm telling you, the talent is there. It's in Cleveland. Like, I'm just saying, man. Marshawn Lattimore, Theodore Ginn, Troy Smith. I mean, Arvell Reed. We can keep going, man. I'm telling you, the talent is there in Cleveland. We just got to get that development going. And or these schools just need to go ahead and pay attention. That's the biggest thing. Now, let's get to Ohio State and recruiting before we wrap up this show. So Ohio State right now is comfortably sitting at third in recruiting with a total of 13 commits. That is behind Notre Dame and USC. USC has 27 commits. Notre Dame has 16 commits. Now, by the numbers, USC has no 5-stars. Ohio State has 2. Notre Dame has no 5-stars. Ohio State has 2. Matter of fact, the only other team in the other 2 teams in the top 10 currently, going by 247, because that's who we roll with, that has a 5-star is Miami and LSU. That's the only other 2 teams. And they're behind us. Miami's at 10. LSU is at 7. USC got dang on 17 4-stars and 10 3-stars. So I don't think that USC is going to stay there. I seen my guy Josh Pate was saying, oh, they're not going to lose a lot of this class. I think once the season rolls around, if they don't look good, yeah, I think decommitments will end up happening. It happened last year. I would not be shocked if it happens again this year, man. My thing is you have to show something. I think also, we have Coach Mick going through the spring, the summer with our guys. They changed up their strength staff. You're talking about bringing in a whole new culture as well. So that definitely will play a part in their season as well. I feel like if you was going to change that, you wanted to change that. I mean, you ain't even have to worry about the CFP. You had ample amount of time to change that and get your coaches. So I don't understand that. Right now, if we are going off average, Ohio State is sitting at a 93.08 average. That will put them at number 2 behind LSU's average of 95. So that's pretty good. Right now, let's go through the Ohio State commits. Right now, you got Chris Henry Jr., who 247, I guess, has bumped down to 4-star. You got Blaine Bradford, number 1 safety. Caden Dixon Wyatt, Maxwell Riley, Simeon Caldwell. You got Jordan Thomas, new Buckeye, New Jersey. Sam Greer, Jacob Weatherspoon, Jaden Ricketts. You got Corbin Foreman, tight end. You talk about some of these guys been committed since 2024, bruh. And I'm not even talking about December. I'm talking November. I mean, they saw what happened in the Team Up North game and still said, nah, I still want to be that. You got CJ Sanya out of Olentangy. You got Brock Boyd, wide receiver out of South Lake, Texas, man. Yeah, his film was impressive watching that. You got Tucker Smith, inside O lineman, man. A lot of Buckeye fans want to see more. They talk about Larry Johnson holding us back on that Infinity Stone. Right now, if you got any questions, please put them in the chat. All questions, we will answer those in the chat. Let me know. Y'all drop y'all questions, and I will try to answer them. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Our homie Doreen, appreciate you. Said, sorry I'm late. I had dinner with Speed, man. I hope y'all had a good dinner. I'm waiting on the fan bam to get here because I think I'm going to take them out to dinner. Today was a rough morning for me, and my family was there for me, so I need to take them out. Man. What else we got? What if they told Brian Hartline the week of the Penn State game, this is my week, I call the plays? I don't think Brian Hartline be too happy with that, but I think I would tell, if I was Brian Hartline, I'd push back. I would push back because I think Ryan Day had too much of his stamp on the Team Up North game. And he's sitting there wondering what happened. I don't really believe that was Chip Kelly. And if Chip Kelly had any role in it, then I believe that they got some offshore money. No. I think that was Ryan Day. One thing that you don't want Ryan Day is calling plays while he's emotional. And we know our coach get emotional. I love Ryan Day. I've been a defender of Ryan Day, telling you guys, you have a young head coach on the biggest stage. Nick Saban didn't start out this way. Took Nick Saban longer than 6 years. He got Michigan State. Took Urban Meyer more than 6 years. Kirby Smart learned under the GOAT. Took him 6 years. So, but all that to say, I don't want Ryan Day coaching, play calling that game emotionally. Now, I do want him part of the game plan. As we were speaking earlier, I do believe he could be part of that game plan. I like that. But in the game calling it, nah. Let Hart do it. And to be honest, that's something that we are hearing a lot of people. I think Brian Hartline gets a lot of flack from the first time, right? But also, if he wasn't ready, I don't believe that they would have put him up there. Now, is there some things that he had to learn as a first-time play caller in that he probably wasn't ready for, again, on the biggest stage? Probably not. But now you see he got his book, he got his notes, he see what he took from Chip Kelly. Oh, set up people this way, set up people that way. I think Brian Hartline got his setup plays. I think, that was one thing that Chip Kelly, and here's the thing, man, being able to learn under somebody like that. I think that's what's being discounted, is everybody's like, oh, Chip Kelly's out. Chip Kelly's out. Chip Kelly's gone. Nobody's thinking about, oh, did Chip Kelly teach these guys? Oh, snap. Did Chip Kelly, did he leave some nuggets? You think Ryan Day didn't learn from what Chip Kelly was doing as well? I mean, obviously, he's been learning from a majority of his coaching career, but do you believe that Ryan Day, while Chip Kelly was here, was just saying, Chip's out the building, we're scrapping everything Chip did? No. They learned from each other. That was the beautiful thing about that, was coaches having their opinions, being able to talk, learning, man. All right. Guy said, can't believe Zion is going to Maryland of all schools. I mean, what's that, like the Diggs recruitment all over again, bro? That's it. That's it. It is what it is. Go to Maryland. We'll see. Ain't gonna make no difference. Still putting BTA. BTA. Still coming y'all way. My guy Doug said, I'm listening, but working on my car. Doug, man, I'm going to have to bring my car to you, Doug. He couldn't do that to Hardline. That's what Sage said. Garrison said, in fact, I'm probably talking about me, right? When I'm saying that, they be getting emotional. Like, maybe that's why I love Day so much. He lets those emotions ride, baby. And that's, again, me and Garrison was, had the interview with Luke. And you can see, just listening, how he spoke, how his tone perked up when he talked about Ryan Day. I think that was huge to me. You talk about having a coach that you want to run through a brick wall for. We talked about it on Buckeye Brigade, but even the addition of Matt P, when these kids are getting interviewed, or even some of the assistant coaches are getting interviewed, in the way they bring up Matt P unsolicited. And then they get so enamored about talking about Matt P, how he's hands-on, how he's always like, he really, really cares and stuff. And then it clicks in there. Oh, I'm not saying that Jim Knowles wasn't like that, but tea leaves are already there. It's just letting you know. You talk about when you got a coach you don't want to let down. You got a coach you want to run through a brick wall for. That's why when I remember talking a couple years back, and I was saying when we were talking about actual team speed, this was about 2-3 years when we really kind of didn't have it at certain positions. It's about that team speed. And you go back to 2024 when guys were making mistakes and guys were able to use that speed or they were able to make those corrections. You talk about what Travion Henderson did. He said, I put my team in a bad spot in that Texas game, taking that swing and getting that flag, right? Had to go and make up. Had to do that. Not only did he want to do that for the glory of God, but he wanted to do that for his brothers. He wanted to do that for his coaches and say, hey, my coaches, I let them down. I let them down. That was on me. And that's another thing about these guys is the pressure that they put on themselves. We, as fans, keep going at the coaches. Dang. And they're the ones sitting back like, man, that ain't on Coach Day. That's on me. I should have made that play. I should have made that block. So shout out to our players, man. All right, what we got? Don't get me started on third base. That's the thing. If you want to talk third base about Ryan Day, it only lets me know that you are a surface level casual fan. I was speaking about this. I was listening to a Bama fan arguing with Texas fans as well. And the one thing that he was bringing up was after we won a national championship in 2020 or whatever, you got to go back and look at the coaches that Nick Saban brought in. You know, our O-line progression started going down. Our wide receiver progression started going down, right? Had to talk about that. Those are some very key points. But see, that's when you're going into the details. Nobody wanted to do that about Ohio State after Urban Meyer and talk about, oh, he left us Billy Davis. And how Billy Davis, I felt, really didn't help recruiting. The reason why we got the Bryson Shaws of the world is because of Alex Grinch. Everybody talks about he's born on third base or he was handed this Ferrari. It wasn't even a dang on Ferrari. Maybe a Cadillac with no engine and it's sitting on blocks. If you're talking about the biggest position, Ryan Day had to go get that himself because Urban Meyer had left him Tate Martell, who couldn't make it at Miami or UNLV. That's what Urban left us with. No one wants to talk about, everybody just believes Paris Johnson, he was a State of Ohio kid. His mom constantly talked about how Ryan Day had to re-recruit. We would have missed out on Paris Johnson if it wasn't for Ryan Day. Talk about how we had to put Paris Johnson in there at guard because we didn't have the depth. That's Ryan Day. You want to talk about the skill guys? Chris Olave. That was Ryan Day. Not no Urban. It's not Urban. There's a lot of things. You talk about a defense who was the worst at the time in program history in 2018. And Ryan Day said, I'll take those same guys. Give me them same guys. Turn to the number one defense in the damn country. Everybody just wants to talk about, but y'all had Chase Young and da-da-da-da. What was after Chase Young? What was after Chase Young? So now, the Bama fan, they're seeing it. And I put hashtag karma. You can go on my profile on X, go search and put in hashtag karma. And you'll see exactly what I was saying. Because this is the same thing that myself, Ron, my guy Q, and my guy Cam at Best Damn Media. This is exactly what we was talking about. If you go into the details. Now, I have been trying to explain this, but nobody wants to hear it. You know why? Because it's all about narratives. So you know what I'll stop doing? I'll stop communicating with the casuals. I'd rather talk to my ball knowers, man. That's how it is. Garrison, in the interview, Luke said he wants to make us, the fans, proud. I was happy to hear that in today's game. Exactly. Like I said, We the ones blaming the coaches. These guys are putting it on themselves. On themselves. I love it. Said, Mike, how many of Urban's QBs would have got a showy from day to day? Or would have got a Scully from day to day? Not many. That's my thing. Like, I feel like Jack Miller wasn't really that was a urban guy. Mind you, that Urban had built that relationship with Joe's father when we done played games down there, being at the hotel. So I don't believe that Jack Miller would have really been here. Tate Martell wouldn't have been here if it was 100% on Ryan Day. Let's see. Obviously, Cardell Jones, I don't think he would have been here. Now you see, I mean, because my thing is, and I don't think that Joe Burrow would have been here if it was fully Ryan Day. I don't think that Ryan Day wants the running quarterbacks all that much. I do believe that Ryan Day sees that it, like we've been saying, you're going to have to use it. You can't handcuff guys. CJ Stroud is forever going to be known at Ohio State as just a pocket passer and not an athlete when he should be known as an athlete because the guy has wheels. The guy can move. And actually, he might not have a ran pass to get the first downs and stuff like that, but if you actually watch film, go back and watch his Iowa game. Look at how he's evading pressure. Look at how he's moving. I know everybody wants to talk about the Northwestern game, and that's when Ryan Day even admitted to you all he had to take the leash off. Yeah, we had to go ahead and run CJ because of the win. Yeah, I mean, flat out. Nobody wanted to believe me when I told y'all that Ryan Day had that boy on the leash. Then y'all seeing what he's doing in the NFL. So with that, man, I want to say I appreciate you guys. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. I thought I was going to be doing a short show because I was by myself, but man, I see 155 people in here. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that retweet button. If you're on X, man, I appreciate you guys. This show would not be able to be what it is without you all. And again, if you want those exclusive content, if you want to be one of the first ones with that, make sure that you go ahead, join our members as well. We appreciate our members. You got the Block O Club for $2.99. You got the JT Wasn't Short for $4.99. And we don't give a damn for $9.99, man. So make sure that you're checking that out. And to our members, again, thank you. Doreen, AZ Buckeye, Philly Fan, Rock, Where One Goes, Matthew Miller, James Williams, Kinetic 615, CW2, and Open Mic. We appreciate you guys. And OH.
World famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeyes. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Being a Buckeye,